You've pledged that London will be a net carbon neutral city by 2030. This is very ambitious, but how does this city that's clogged with traffic and densely packed with carbon emitting processes from fossil fueled energy to steel skyscrapers achieve such a goal?
Well, Janelle, let me tell you a true story. So I was at a conference explaining my T-tax, the toxicity charge, and Eric came up to me and said, listen, brother, us Americans have a history of being anti a T-tax. You remember the Boston Tea Party. And so as a good American brother, Eric advised me against using a T-tax as a way of promoting our green policies overseas. Eric, we've rebranded it the ultra low emission zone. So thanks for the advice. But Janelle, what Janelle is referring to, Eric, is, you know this, but basically we're trying to get rid of the carbon emissions, the particulate matter, the nitrogen dioxide, the NOx from transport on our roads. And so the great news is, Janelle, the ultra low emission zone, which followed the T-tax, has led to a massive reduction in toxic air in the heart of our city, a 94% reduction. It's remarkable. The number of schools that are now in areas where the air is lawful has gone down by 97%. So it shows the difference we can make by changing our policies. And actually, one of the things I was going to ask you for on this call from London is I need your support, because there's now a pushback from those who love their cars and those who are anti-progress against my extension. I want to have an 18-fold increase in my ULEZ going to the North Circular and South Circular from this October. So any support you can give in relation to promoting our policies is appreciated. But Janelle, you raise a really important point. So yes, I have announced I want us to go to zero carbon by 2030. I'd rather be really ambitious and miss my target by little than be unambitious. And so the key policy we've got, Janelle, to get there is encouraging people to walk, cycle, use public transport. That's why I've increased 5-fold the amount of cycling lanes across our city. That's one of the reasons why we've widened our pavements, but also I froze our fares for 5 years to encourage more people to use public transport as well. What we can't afford to have, Janelle, is a car-led recovery, because that will lead to one health crisis, COVID, being replaced by another one, poor quality carbon emissions, particulate matter, NOx. But also we've got to do, Janelle, is to make sure that we have clean energy. One of the things I often talk about is my envy at the mayors in America and the powers and resources they have. Eric, I don't envy you have an office of petroleum and natural gas. I don't want that office in London. What we are doing though, Janelle, is making sure that we have clean energy. The biggest buyer of energy in London is TfL. So we've now got a power purchase agreement, and part of the deal is we want renewable energy on our public transport system. You know, electric buses, the underground run on renewable energies as well. And we're also going to be retrofitting our buildings. I announced last week a retrofitting revolution. So, Janelle, COP26 is this year in Glasgow. It's in our country. We've got to use the energy. Eric's chair of C40, a really passionate chair of C40. Eric's managed to persuade the UN to take on board the views of cities, not just countries. That's really important. And so we're hoping that the C40 this year in Glasgow will have the energy of the 90+ cities across the globe saying to the UN, you need us, we need you to make sure we get to zero carbon as soon as possible. And that means in London by 2030.